Andy Lopahs in Weather Center now, and Andy, we're heading into the weekend a lot better than we started.
Yes, definitely, and it was a nice Friday for the most part. Now, temperatures were a bit higher than yesterday, but as we take a look outside right now at the carsoup.com Skycam, actually, it's a very beautiful looking day. Now, however, we might be dealing with a few showers and even a few rumbles. Taking a look quick at Storm Tracker 12, not much going on except for in parts of northern Iowa, passing showers, but thunderstorms are in the forecast, and I'll talk about those in a couple minutes.
All right, thanks, Andy.
We have a lot of moisture in the air right now. Temperature's okay, but things can get a bit active. I'll tell you about that right after the break.
All right, Andy, a beautiful Friday. If you had to work inside, kind of a bummer, you know?
Well, you have a little bit of a pleasant evening, at least right now, and you know what? Temperatures haven't been too bad. Yesterday was, of course, back to normal, and today, as we take a look at what's going on, it's actually very pleasant. Well, here's some of the weather headlines we're going to be talking about today. Well, it was going to be rather pleasant, but that's short-lived. The muggy will return at least for a brief moment, and we are talking about a little bit of some thunderstorm activity late today and even into tomorrow. But the good news is it's all going to pass through rather quickly, and mild but seasonably mild temperatures and rather pleasant conditions are going to be heading our way rather shortly. Here are those temperatures, and this is what we like to see. Lower to mid 80s across the area. Now it is just a bit warmer up to the north. Marshall's at 88, Redwood Falls at 86, and up in Hutchinson 87, but everyone else is hanging out about the mid 80s, and I think that's where we're going to be for daytime highs. But if you're looking for that comfort factor, those dew points are still relatively high and almost tropical. We're hanging out in the mid 70s here, 76 Hutchinson, 75 in Fairmont, also 75 in Algona. Now the difference between what we had the past week or so, which was just flat out uncomfortable, and what we're going to experience the next 24 to 36 hours is what's happening in the upper levels of the atmosphere with a little inactive activity. That's going to change because, look, already this afternoon we had a few light showers passing through the area and even some reports of some minor hail near Algona, Humboldt, Iowa. Nothing severe yet, but that's a precursor for what we could see, especially heading into tomorrow afternoon to tomorrow evening as we see more activity, more lift coming from the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. As for right now, not too bad. 82 degrees right now in Mankato, feels closer to 90, and that's because we do have significant moisture in the air, dew point 73, and that relative humidity, if you're keeping track at home there and computing that, is at 74% with not much of a wind. Well, all of that steamy hot air just moved slightly to the south the last couple of days, and that's where it's looming. But our friends down in Des Moines, southern Minnesota, they're going to be seeing heat indices closer to 110 degrees again tomorrow. That air is going to try to lift up into our neck of the woods. But as I put this into motion, maybe some popcorn thunderstorms tonight. Bigger chance for seeing it into tomorrow afternoon. But as we head into first thing Sunday, we should return to nice conditions as we head then into the last week of July. Tonight, look for temperatures in about mid 70s with just those isolated thunderstorms potentially. Now tomorrow we're looking for a better chance of thunderstorms mid to late afternoon, and temperatures will be on the rise. High here in Mankato 86, but don't be surprised to see a 90-degree mark, especially in northern Iowa. And then as we head into the end of the weekend, it's actually going to be very pleasant. A high only of 80 degrees here in Mankato, lower 80s heading into the week. And then the next shot at rain will be probably Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, but in the meantime, it is going to feel a lot more comfortable, especially after this rather brief active period that we're going to be experiencing tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah,
all right,
I feel like we can handle anything right now.
That's right. We're Minnesotans and Iowans. We can handle it.
And we're tough. All
That's
right.
right.
Thanks so much, Andy.
We're going to take a final look at weather before we go.
That's right. And everything is calm outside right now, but as we take a look at the next 7 days, it's actually going to get a little bumpy. Tomorrow, especially around this time into the evening, we could see significant showers and thunderstorms with a slight chance that they could be severe. Main ingredients there would be hail and damaging winds, but it's all going to blow through tomorrow night, and we're going to have a very nice pattern, very comfortable Sunday, Monday, even into Tuesday before our next shot at rain will be sometime about Tuesday night into Wednesday.
All right, sounds good.
And time now to get a look at our weather. Andy, we enjoyed temps closer to normal today.
Yeah, 2 days in a row, and that's a relief, especially with the week we've had. Now, the good news is we're going to see more of that in the near future, but we actually have some potential for some active weather, especially heading into tomorrow. That's one of our weather headlines, potential for maybe even some severe thunderstorms, but that's going to be short-lived, and we're actually looking for a very nice weather pattern as soon as the church bells ring on Sunday morning. Now, we are looking for showers and thunderstorm activity, and it's kind of already around us. As we take a look at what's going on in the region, satellite and radar, we actually have been seeing some severe weather just to the northwest in parts of Minnesota, Stevens County, Yellow Medicine, Chippewa counties. They're seeing up to quarter-size hail and also 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. Now that's tracking pretty much through the central part of the state, but there's also severe weather just to the south in parts of Waterloo, Tama-Toledo areas as you're heading down closer to I-80. Again, looking at damaging winds as the primary ingredient with those storms. We're stuck in the middle of, well, not stuck, we're actually in a nice clearing in between that, but that's a good taste of what type of weather we could be seeing heading into this time tomorrow. Now it is turning into a rather mild night. Temperatures are finally dipping below 80 degrees. We do have 79 degrees, Fairmont and also Algona, Iowa. Spencer at a probably nice, comfortable 76 degrees, but that one ingredient we can't seem to shake. It's the temperature, the moisture in the air. The temperature is reflecting in the dew points. Dew point of 75 degrees still in Fairmont as well as Redwood Falls, 71 degree dew point in Spencer. And this, along with that extra ingredient called unstable air, is going to churn us up here heading into tomorrow, and that's what's going to give us a little bit of that thunderstorm activity. Right now in Mankato, it's not that bad. We have a temperature of 79 degrees, and I like to point it out for the fact that it's not a big deal. Feels like 84 degrees. Now, there's that moisture, but the heat index, not a big issue at this time. And we do have that humidity, though, at 84%. What we're looking at is something that even tomorrow it might feel a little more uncomfortable, more so than it was today. Now, temperature-wise today, most of us were in the mid-80s. That's pretty much where we should be here second half of July, even though we did hit 90 degrees in Hutchinson as well as Marshall, Minnesota. We're going to see these temperatures go up, but only for tomorrow. And then once those storms pass on through, we should be feeling very, very comfortable. Here's what I'm talking about. We do have a low pressure center off to our west. That's going to begin to try to push that very almost dangerous heat back into our area. But it's only going to get as far as some parts of South Dakota, central Iowa like Des Moines, Ames. But as it pushes through, there's a little bit of that scattered thunderstorm activity already showing up in the future cast. We put this into motion heading into the first half of tomorrow. Not a big deal, but you notice as that center of that low heads right over us with that upper level unstable air, it's going to bring all that lift in there. There's where we're going to have a shot at not just some showers, but potentially some of that severe thunderstorm activity. So stay tuned for that. But once everything clears out Sunday morning, we're going to be looking at nice conditions, very comfortable heading into the beginning of the week. Now tonight temperatures are going to be mild. Look for your lows into the mid-70s. Maybe just those spot storms popping up, but for the most part they've been staying away right now. Tomorrow it is going to be a little bit warmer. Actually expect highs closer to 90, and yes, heat index may be an issue in the late afternoon, but as we take a look down the road, only a high near 80 on Sunday, low 80s as we start the week. Next round of showers potentially will be not until midweek, so it's going to be a great, great pattern once we get through the short term.
All right, thanks, Andy. Before we go tonight, a pooch from Minnetonka makes a new best friend. This is home video submitted by Jackie from Minnetonka. Her friends let their dog Denali out one morning, only to discover a fawn had jumped the fence and gotten trapped in their backyard. Fortunately, Denali was just looking for a friend, so the two started running around and playing, and the family got it all on tape. Eventually, they got Denali back inside and opened the gate. Mama Deer was waiting there for her baby, and the two trotted off safely. So happily ever after on a Friday. It's a nice wrap up to the hot week that we've had.
That's right. Those dogs always act so tough. But
exactly.
When it comes
They're
down
all
to it,
bark, right?
Just like we are. Well, our weather has been barking heat-wise, but could see some active weather tomorrow before a pleasant end to the weekend.
Sounds good. And a nice Monday, right? Which is always the case.
Always the best.
All right. Have a good weekend, everyone. Good night.
And turning now to the Weather Center, Andy Lopahs there. And Andy, might be a nice weekend at camp.
You know, and this is day 2 of having what we like to call normal weather here in southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, but there's a hint that some active weather is in the forecast. And actually, if we take a look, we're going to take a look at the Storm Tracker 12 because it's actually going to be a little interesting the next, say, 18-24 hours. But you notice right where we live, nothing. But we have our neighbors just to the northwest, counties such as Lac Prairie, Yellow Medicine, Chippewa. They all experienced rain showers with 60-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-sized hail, and also our friends to the southeast. Now that was in portions of Iowa, Waterloo area. They also experienced some severe weather today. We're going to be looking for weather similar to that around tomorrow, 6 o'clock-ish. And then after that, maybe our most pleasant weather streak we've had in quite some time, and I can tell you about that in your forecast coming up.
Definitely earned it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. We'll see you in a bit.
And your Friday was very pleasant and typical for this time of the year, but there are changes on the weekend. I'll have your forecast coming up.
And turning now to weather, and Andy, we certainly know what they're going through. We dealt with a lot of that through part of last week and this week, and we certainly don't miss it.
I know, 2 days in a row now. We've had normal conditions, but yeah, we kicked off all of that not so pleasant weather their way. And unfortunately, other places just to our south are still experiencing it. Now, our temperatures today, like I said, were very typical for what you'll see on July 22nd. We had a high of 84 in Mankato, and everyone sharing in the glory. We had mid-80s across the entire area of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. We did hit a few 90s, though, Hutchinson at 90, as well as Marshall. Now, one thing, though, we have not been able to really kick out of here has been that moisture, and as we'll notice tonight, especially those temperatures not cooling down very quickly. We're only now getting into the mid-upper 70s, still 80s hanging off in the north to northwest part of our area, but it's 77 still in Algona, 76 in Spencer, 79 in Windham. That dew point that we've been talking about this for over a week now. We still can't quite shake this moisture in the air. It's 73 in Mankato, 70 in Fairmont, Algona, and this is going to help contribute to some potentially active weather as we head into tomorrow. More than that in just a second. Here specifically in Mankato, it is 79, and it's nice to talk about a heat index when it's not a big deal. Feels like 84 degrees out there. Now, we'll be talking about that just a bit tomorrow, especially in northern Iowa, where you could have heat indices back up closer to 100, and that dew point here, 73. Humidity, therefore, is about 84%. The specific numbers on our almanac today reflect something we haven't seen in a while. Average conditions. Look at that. Our high of 84 was exactly where we should be. And it's nice to know that we were 9 degrees away from our record high of 93 set back in 1991. And while we didn't have any precipitation in our neck of the woods, just to our northwest and just to our southeast, they did have a rather active evening. As you can see on the regional satellite and radar, we had a band of showers and thunderstorms that's sort of dissipating now, pushed through places like Chippewa, Yellow Medicine County, and that did produce winds in upwards of 60 miles per hour and times quarter-sized hail. Now down to our southeast right now, eastern Iowa, and that's kicking off into Illinois. That storm center right now is producing pea-sized hail and also those damaging winds along with torrential rain. We're going to be seeing a little bit of that churn up mid to late afternoon tomorrow, and the reason is all of that very excessively warm air is still to our south and trying very hard to push into our area. Seeing a little bit of lift there along a warm front. Heading into tomorrow, first half of the day, not a big deal. We're going to see clear skies, but then especially mid to late afternoon and into the evening, we have a very good chance of seeing showers, thunderstorms, potentially severe as that upper level low goes right over us. However, you could see right off to the west, it is going to be rather pleasant as everything kicks off to the east, and heading into Sunday and beyond, it is going to be very nice for a change consistently. Tonight we're going to see temperatures in the mid-70s, not a big deal. Those spotty showers for the most part staying away. Tomorrow it is going to be a bit warmer, highs in the mid-80s with that threat for severe weather heading into the evening hours. But once all of the active weather goes away, starting Sunday morning, look at that, a high only near 80 degrees on Sunday, lower 80s Monday, even and Tuesday before our next round of potential. Now it looks like just showers, maybe some thunderstorms Wednesday, Thursday, but the bottom line is, Deanna, it looks like we're finally kicking all of that excessive heat out of here, and while it might give us a few showers, in the meantime, it is ultimately going to give us very nice weather.
The result is worth it.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Ian. And the heat is racing on out of here, and we're going to start to enjoy some good weather for a change.
That's right. I might be a little active tomorrow afternoon into tonight, and tomorrow night, but yeah, Sunday, Monday should be perfect.
Sounds good. Thanks, Andy. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.